I think the biggest change for me came when I realized how connected I am to so many other people around the world, and the power of those connections can bring me, for example, here to Qatar because I'm connected with Julie, or to Shanghai because I'm connected with Jeff, and finding those connections and sharing those connections and becoming a global network.
We're looking for teachers to be working with technology in their comfort zone. Just like I feel comfortable working with technology, and I don't feel comfortable when I'm going out to fix my car. I think that it's important that if someone were to show me a few pieces of how a car works, I would have a little bit more comfort zone. With technology, if you see one thing and how it works, you can work with that particular area, and as you learn more, you can expand your comfort zone.
Once I realised that I learnt more from my daughter, who had a laptop in her school, than I knew, we became a good team, and we were able to learn together.
One of the important things is that it's not necessary to be an expert at everything, and that just to take a risk and have a go and start.
Okay, one of the success stories we've had in Qatar Academy this year is with one of the kindergarten teachers, Jane Sparks, who did a voice thread with her class and some photo stories, and put them onto a wiki that was a collaborative project that a lot of kindergarten children were going onto, and they were looking at each other's voice threads, photo stories, and sharing them. And it was a big risk to do that, to see if you were on the right track, you know, if you're just able to handle the technology of it.
We watched one of their kindergarten voice threads recently where they talked about the things that they liked, and the children here made connections with those same things. They like cars and toys and dolls. And we also looked at the pictures and predicted, you know, some of them had curly, long blonde hair, what their name would be, are they a girl, are they a boy? Because obviously part of my writing is ideas and adding details to pictures, and that's something that's one of our learning objectives in our language arts
about
program.
access. We've just gone into a 5-day weekend. One child was away, so they didn't get their homework. The parent was able to email me, to remind me to put the work onto the wiki, because due to a slow server, I didn't put it on before the weekend, but the reminder made me go back, put it onto my wiki page. The parent could then access the homework, so the child could then hand their homework in on time with everybody else instead of missing out on homework. Access.
Not everybody's a blogger. I found that I wasn't a blogger. I live my life on RSS feeds and a bit of Twitter. People around the world blog better than I do, so it's something that I don't do.
Twitter, because blogging was too intimidating for me, and so I started following a lot of people, and I started communicating with them and sending tweets back and forth, and then I started Googling and finding out who these people were, and I realized that these were big people that I was communicating in the education realm, and then I got intimidated, and I was scared, and I couldn't tweet anymore because I thought, who was I to communicate with these big, you know, people in the world of Twitter and the world of education? And so I stopped tweeting for a couple months, and I was scared to even put 140 characters in there because I thought I didn't have value, and what I had to say, what didn't have value. And then I started realizing that in Twitter or on the internet, we all have something to share, and we all have something important for someone
to
else.
ask anything really silly, people out there to help you, and you need to be prepared to be a risk taker in the process as part of your learning.
The most important thing for me is that using technology in the classroom successfully is not a skill set, it's a mindset.
The greatest thing that I've seen is teachers sharing with one another, and just not being afraid to say, you know, I don't have all the answers, and me myself, being a TIF, doesn't have all the answers either, but if we share, we can come up with the answer. And always try maybe to turn to your students, because they always are willing to share with each other, as well as be the teacher in the classroom. You don't always have to have the power in the classroom.
What's really powerful for me is the experience that we've just been through this morning with the 21CLearners group, and the fact that we can have a diverse group of educators from primary education, secondary education, tertiary education, government systems, private systems, come together in their own time on the weekend and talk about 21st century learning, share their experiences, share their fears, share their learning, and you get together and create this video. And I found this is also very powerful in the classroom, this socialisation of learning, this community-based.
In our kindergarten team meetings, we're starting to use our tablets as much as possible and our projectors, where we can have our curriculum maps on Atlas up on our screens. Somebody else can be working on our planning web, somebody else can be on another computer working on the newsletter, and we can be looking at different websites and tools. And it's good to see people using that tool.
When I taught a film course that I wrote, I found it was really, really interesting to teach the students the skills, not the content, but the skills to make a good movie, and they were able to tell their own stories, what they wanted to focus on. They were able to do it in a way, able to present the framework without actually getting them to regurgitate content. So they were able to produce something that was theirs, and they were motivated, and they'll have it for years to come.
We're starting to use the drawing tools in the tablets also for journal writing, and the kids are teaching other kids too, just simple things, how to find the eraser, how to use different colors, and having this as a different vehicle for expression in your classroom instead of just paper pencil, but using the pen to draw and express themselves and be creative.
It's so important to be a risk taker and try new things, and don't be afraid to fail. Nothing's going to break. The world isn't going to come crashing down. Just try it, and if it works, keep going. If it doesn't, try something new. So that open mindset of being able to explore new possibilities for teaching and learning is what we mean about a mindset and not a skill set.
School has been thinking about how to build the confidence of teachers up. We always ask for teachers to do workshops and share what they know are doing or what they know, and a workshop is intimidating for a lot of people. So we've come across the idea of speed geeking, and we know that everyone has at least 5 minutes to share something, and so we're going to start setting up speed geeking sessions during lunch to build teachers' confidence and build
During the
connections.
Black Classroom Conference, we did this as well in terms of joining adults and students together, and the power of that learning experience where they were working as teams and sharing their learning is certainly something that I want to do again and would like to model for other people in the future.
Find your story and share it with someone. If you put two teachers together, they're always better than just two individual teachers.